Gonna do a dirty little 2-hour stream real quick for the members for the Squid Odd. I'm feeling a lot of types of ways. I'm feeling. I'll be right back. Yo, what up, yo? What up, yo? It's a members only stream, a stream only for the members of the channel. I hope everyone's having a great time right now. How am I doing? How am I doing, you ask? I'm feeling some type of way. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm feeling some type of way right now. I don't usually do what I'm about to do. I specifically hate internet drama. And this isn't going to be a reoccurring thing. But I got rubbed the wrong way yesterday. And I'm starting to notice a pattern of behavior from a lot of people. And it's like it's difficult to categorize. That's what she said. It's difficult to categorize. I've been trying to pinpoint it. But it seems like there's a lot of people on the internet whose entire life is trying to create chaos and drama and stir up SHIT. Now you may say, well, that's an obvious one, Tone. What are you, dumb in the mind, Tone? What, are you just born yesterday? Yes. I was recently born. So allow me to work through this. I'm going to put the chat over here. And that didn't work. Cool. All right, wait, no, I know how to do it. I go like this. I go window capture. I gotta do it in window capture. What window? Little chat window. Okay. Then he's like, okay. All right. Now, the past couple weeks, I've been starting my members only shows off by like getting people involved and being like, if you want to see the rest, you got to be a member. But I'm not in that mood right now. Right now, I'm kind of in a, I don't know, I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood right now. I don't know. And this, again, this is not something I do. I don't do this. This is not something I do. I don't air out crap. It's not my style. I don't like it. I think it's whack. But there was something about what happened last night that really rubbed me the wrong way. So I'll just get into it. I'm watching Jimmy's show. I'm trying to relax after my show. Sometimes after I do a show, I don't really know what to do with myself. And nothing really satisfies. Like, I feel kind of like, okay, maybe I should eat. Maybe I should watch something, try and wind down. But sometimes I can't wind down. And then I want to go, I'm like, okay, maybe I should work on stuff. But it's like I just worked for like, I just like strain myself. Not strain myself, but you know, streaming is work, at least the way I do it. And so afterwards, I'm not really ready to jump back in and work on stuff usually. You know, I need something. So I'm watching Jimmy's debate. And Marilyn comes up and she starts asking me, please let me come watch your show. Please let me be in the chat of your show. You know, the stuff we've seen from her a lot. No big deal. I said, go to Divine Liturgy and I'll unban you. And she said, okay, if I give you video proof, will you let me back on your show? Will you let me in your chat? And I said, yeah, sure. But then she said something about Satan being forgiven for his sins and going to heaven, and that if I didn't believe that, then I'm a Jew. And I said, you're a dumb whore who talks too much. Which is kind of out of character. That's something I usually don't let out. But it was just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just tired, you know? I'm tired of bickering with stupid retards on the internet because there's a war coming. You know? I'm tired of bickering with stupid retards on the internet because there's a war coming. And anyone who's satisfied with just bickering and slinging mud and throwing dirt at each other and all of that, it, to me, is an unserious person. I don't really have any respect for them. So I get off of there. Welcome to the Ops Blood Logos. So I get out of there. Kind of annoyed, but then I noticed Ancient Waves Modern Graves is streaming. Now normally I wouldn't mention people by name, but at least not a negative context, but I feel like doing that today. I'm not entirely sure why. Something, I don't know what let me see where I go with this. So I see him, we kind of have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes he annoys me. I mean, usually he derails my show in some way. He comes on and says something that's a little like, was that an insult? And then he like gets defensive, and he has insulted me and Jim Bob a lot. But then later on he'll be like, no, I don't. I never did that. So that's a lie. So he also lies. But I still am always trying to reach out to him. I'm still always trying to be like, no, this is the homie, He's Orthodox. He looks somewhat similar to me. Like, I like people that look like they're the same admixture as me. I'm stupid. I'm basically a retard. But that's what I think. I like Jimmy because Jimmy kind of looks like me. I like Nick DiCarlo because Nick DiCarlo kind of looks like me. I relate to people that I that mirror me. I'm very simple-minded, actually. And despite his Iranian heritage, I got some Syrian in me, and I don't know. He doesn't seem that far from me. I have relatives that look like him. So, blood relatives, not like adopted black kids. So I get over there, and it's him and EBT, and they're like, "Hey, jump on! Hey, jump on, dude!" And I was like, I looked at Maria. I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll jump on. That sounds like something to do for a little while." And so I'm setting up the jump on. Meanwhile, they're talking about how emotional I am. I didn't know that, but they're talking about how I'm an emotional person. I get very angry, and Ancient Ways is talking about how I'm always misinterpreting them. So I just thought I was coming to hang out. I didn't realize there was all this lore being built while I was setting up my camera. So I get on there and I start talking to him, and he said the conversation quickly took an inquisitional tone. And I noticed that I was constantly being shit tested. Constantly. Like I was talking to some girl that I'm trying to hook up with. Yeah, which time is that? This guy's crashed out about me and Jim Bob so many times, and all we've done is be nice to this nigga, for the record. Gone out of our way. I know for me, I've gone out of my way to be nice to this nigga. But that's not even the point, though. The point is, so I get on there thinking I'm going to have a conversation with some friends or some internet acquaintances. Certainly some people that we've smoothed over the edges. And instead, I feel like I'm being treated to an inquisition. And I'm being shit tested over and over again. And what the angle of the conversation was what it always is with this guy. Is kind of like trying to get you to feel the need to prove yourself to him. This Boglin in the corner of the internet thinks that the whole world owes him an explanation. Now, these guys, EBT didn't bother me that much, for the record. But this dude never stops talking shit about people. This dude's entire life is him talking shit about every single person, every other streamer, digging up dirt on them, making fun of them. This is what he does. He just makes fun of people and attacks people. I thought we were cool months ago. He wanted me to collab with him. I was thinking about it. Then all of a sudden he starts commenting on Ortho Thugs. He's like, is this supposed to be funny? And then like a week earlier, he's doing a stream about how we're just copying Sam Hyde or something. And the thing is, then you talk to him and he likes to throw stones and hide his hand. So he'll say stuff like this, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you're being way too sensitive. I was just joking around. I was just asking a question." And he just does this, bro. And the thing about me is I just give people a lot of chances because I like to see the best in people. I like to see the best in people. I don't know if it's a flaw. I don't think I'm going to stop doing that. But I've gone through this so many times now. What up, Susan? With this particular person. And I've met other people like this my whole life. People who, and I didn't get any sleep last night. Let me start by saying that. I didn't get any sleep last night. It wasn't because of this. It was because I went to sleep. We let the dogs in. And we went to sleep, and then we woke up to them howling in sexual rapture on our couch. We woke up, and they were having sex on our couch, our dogs. Now, I already had to wake up very early because we were getting them neutered and spayed today. They're actually at the ASPCA right now getting fixed. And yes, I think the word fixed is apropos here. Very appropriate. Fixed, because there is something broken about dog hormones. There is something deeply wrong. When I wake up in the middle of the night to two 100-pound Malamutes having sex on my couch like I haven't raised them and fed them and taken care of them their whole lives, I am honestly considering abandoning them at the ASPCA, and I'm not even joking right now. I don't have any love for these dogs after that. It's basically like I'm housing degenerate junkies in my home. I'm literally thinking of leaving them at the ASPCA and not calling them back, and I might not even pay them. No, that's not right. But I have no love for these dogs after what they did. So I got maybe 2 hours of sleep. So if I seem a little out of it, that's why. Anyway. There's a lot to what I'm trying to say here. Maybe I should play some background music. We already paid? Dang it. No, I don't want to screw over ASPCA. I'm sure they're wonderful. I'm sure they're a wonderful organization. What is this? What is this crap? All right, so this is what happened. So I get on, and I don't like the tone of the conversation. I feel like it's not a friendly conversation that I'm having here. But I'm going along with it. I'm keeping it easy, you know. And I almost feel like playing it. I almost feel like playing this for you. Again, this is not something I'm going to do again, and this is not something that I do over here. But there's something I'm trying to illustrate here. And with 2 hours of sleep, I think it'll be somewhat difficult. And this could help me. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Hold on one second. All right, this is y'all. Yeah, I'm just going to play this back. Screw it. I'm not hearing anything. Why am I not hearing anything? Let's see if he left it up. He didn't leave it up. That's why I recorded it. That's why I recorded it. Let me see if it's just a problem with my audio drivers. Okay. See, here's another thing. After when I left to take Wolf to the vet,
Cody, you can join the stream if you want, if you're bored.
This morning, after waking up to them having sex on my couch, these two dogs, you have video of the crash out? Look, here's the thing. This has been something I've been really working hard to not do what I'm doing right now. Because this dude has made a lot of crash out videos and said a lot of awful things about me. And I hope you'll notice that I've never done anything like that to him, except to his face when I'm talking to him. And even then, I don't crash out. I just say, this is your behavior. And that causes him to crash out again. So I just want to make that clear. That what I'm doing right now is not something that I'm keen on doing. But yeah, this man has said a lot of dirty things about me. This man said a lot of effed up things about me. And I was always the one to offer the olive branch. And I'm not going to do that anymore with him. I'm not going to do that anymore. That's over. He said a lot of things about Jimmy. He said a lot of things about me. He said a lot of things about the Ortho Thugs. He's done entire streams where he just makes up lies about me. And this is the thing. There's so much to say here. Because there's something going on out here that I don't understand. There are people out here that live to hurt others. They live to lie. This guy said that I was a drunkard. I had never, first off, let me say this. I've never watched any of his crash out streams about me. I'm not interested. I'm not interested enough to sit there and watch this person say whatever he's going to say about me. It doesn't matter to me. When I decide what other people have to say about me is kind of inconsequential, really, to me. My wife will watch some of the crash out streams and I'll tell her to stop. And sometimes she won't listen and she'll go in the other room and secretly watch them. And then she'll come back later the day and she'll be like, they said this. I'll be like, Maria, I don't care. I don't care what these people say about me. You know? I don't care what people I don't respect have to say about me. I care, you know, if my priest has something to say about me, that I care about. You know, if my brother has something to say about me, that I care about. If Jimmy has something to say about me, that I care about, you know. But if I don't respect you, I don't care what you have to say about me. There's an entire corner of the internet full of people that hate me. Hate me. And the bottom line is, they're people I don't respect. I don't care about them because they've proven their character to me. And once you prove your character to me, I'm done. Once I see what you are, I'm not interested in seeing anymore. And you could say whatever you want. All I hear is someone saying, come back. All I hear is someone saying, please pay attention to me. Look, I'll insult you. Negative attention is enough for me. I'll make up lies about you. Don't you want to prove me wrong? Listen to me. I'm lying about you. Don't you feel the need to address it? Garbage from hell. That's garbage from hell. But apparently people are really like this, bro. Apparently people are really like this. This is crazy to me because I can't relate because it's such bitch behavior that I literally cannot relate to it. It's such homosexual, feminized, single mother behavior that I cannot relate in any way, shape, or form. I can't do it. When I see who you are, when I see your character, when you've made it clear what you are, and I no longer respect you, nothing you say means anything to me. Period. So when this nigga crashes out and does a 5-hour stream saying God knows what about me, never watched it, and apparently he did it again a couple days ago and Slowboy tried to get me to watch it. She posted on her YouTube channel a stream about apparently him crashing out about me and Jim Bob again, even though neither of us have done anything to him. Didn't watch it. Not interested. Lord have mercy. Maria, can you hand me that energy drink on the table? It's not on her YouTube channel, it's some other channel? Okay. She posted the link to it in my chat. I didn't watch it. I'm not interested.
I haven't watched it.
But there's a bunch of people like this. And I don't like to give, the part of the reason I don't talk about these things is because I don't want to give these people the attention of telling you what I think about them. I don't, even that, this goes against my nature. You know what I mean? It goes against my nature because I don't want to, like, it's almost like that's what they want you to do. You know what I mean? They want you to say something about them, anything about them. You know, I'm a bottom feeder. I'll eat your shit. Say anything about me. I subsist on your shit. I'll eat that. Give me that. I understand that, Stengly. I agree. But, so I'm not going to name all these other people. But there's a small cadre of people who resent me because I've blocked them. And I won't allow them to ruin my day with the garbage that comes out of their mouth. Anyway. So, needless to say, I've been through this with this guy before. But I've always, I don't know. I see what you're saying too, Vengeful Truther. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. I feel the need to do this right now. I feel the need because it's emblematic of a much larger issue. An issue of people who will say and do anything to get you to look at them. Who will say and do anything for clout. And it's the most disgusting behavior I've ever seen in my life. And so I just want to I want to try and paint a picture for you, because this video I have other things I want to say about. I want to talk about this general issue after I showed you this video, but I think I'll try and walk through this video with you a little bit.
Hello, listener. Hello, listener.
Hello,
Hello,
listener.
listener.
You know what I don't appreciate about what I don't appreciate about Hello Listener is like every time I'm say something in his chat, he like thinks I'm like coming at him like I'm like trying to like demean him or something
Then he like pauses for like 5 minutes and thinks about it.
And then like his whole chat comes after me like
this is me while I'm connecting. I didn't even hear any of this. So they say, "Hey, come hang out." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll hang out." And so I'm connecting. Meanwhile, they're already talking crap about me. I thought we were friends again. I thought it was all good. Sorry, I'll turn it up. I thought it was okay to... I thought, okay, we've smoothed over the bumps and now it's going to be okay. You know, now we're going to get along. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So while I'm connecting, they're already saying these things about me.
Buddy, you could join the stream if you want, if you're bored.
Hello, listener. Hello, listener.
Hello,
Hello,
listener.
listener.
You know what I don't appreciate about what I don't appreciate about Hello Listener is like every time I'm say something in his chat, he like thinks I'm like coming at him like I'm like trying to like demean him or something like.
Then he like pauses for like 5 minutes and thinks about it.
And then his whole chat comes after me like, dude, like what?
They're just talking crap about me. They're like, you know what I don't appreciate about Hello Listener? That when I insult him, he's insulted. And then, on the rare occasion that I'm not insulting him, he thinks I'm insulting him. Because I'm always being so insulting. My mom told me this when I was a kid. She said there's a type of person that'll hurt you. And then when you express that you're hurt, they'll tell you you're being too sensitive. Making the pain that you feel for what they do to you also your fault.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm just like saying, I'm like being myself. I'm like talking. I'm like, I'm in your chat. I'm like, I'm here. Like, what's the big deal?
He's very emotional. He's very emotional.
He like fuck. Like I talked to you like on the phone. Like we're like friends and stuff, man. Like
and that's true.
Why do we have
I've
to?
I've reached out to him. I've talked to him. I've tried to help him through his problems. When he made a stream called "I'm Going to Kill Myself," I called him up and spent the entire night speaking to him. The entire night speaking to him, trying to talk him off the ledge. This was all private. I was never going to tell people this. I don't parade these things around in front of people. I'm a little bit hurt right now. You know? But I don't parade these things in front of people. I don't parade my good deeds in front of people. Also, I didn't even think of it as a good deed. I was just genuinely concerned for him. Even though the last time, our last interaction was him crashing out on me. I still, when I saw that he made a live stream titled, "I'm going to kill myself," I dropped everything and dedicated the rest of my day to getting hold of him. And then when I finally did, I spent the whole night talking to him. Okay. No, I'm not. See, that's the thing. It's pathological behavior. This is what I'm going to get into. I have to accept that some people can't change. I have to accept that some people are just the way they are. That's what I have to learn. I have to learn that some people you have to stop giving second chances to. That's what I have to learn. And I'm not a victim here. I'm not, I mean, this is upsetting to me, but I don't want you to think like, oh, you know, poor Tony. It's not like that. The point is, this is just something I have to learn for myself. I have to learn how to stop giving people second chances. It's a real problem that I have. So,
why do we have to? Oh, he's back.
He's here.
Talking to him.
Now it's all laughs. I didn't hear any of that. I thought it was just coming on to talk. I didn't know that they'd already poisoned the well and talked crap about me. I didn't realize that.
On the phone.
I talked. No, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hello,
You talked to him on the phone, huh?
Yeah, I talked to Hello
I
Listener on
didn't
the
know
phone.
this. I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, I talked to him on the phone. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are phone talkers, huh?
Yeah, we're about to meet up in fucking in Michigan.
Again, EBT didn't bother me that much in this. He never bothers me that much. Well, once he did.
And
All right. Phone
it's
talkers.
He insulted Saint Seraphim Rose. I see what you're saying. Vengeful Truther. And Extanglia. I guess that's something I'll think about. But I've had people try and destroy my life that I looked out for and cared about and helped out in like many ways. This isn't the first time I've dealt with this sort of personality. I don't want to get into details, but I used to be very close with someone who I went above and beyond for. And it ended with them, let's just say I've dealt with this sort of behavior a lot. So there is a personality type, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys disagree, but I think there's a personality type that at a certain point you just have to stop, you know? Forgiveness is one thing, I agree, but there's also an element of like, hand them over to the devil. Not saying that's what I'm doing with Ancient, but it's just like, it's like at a certain point with someone, you're hurt. You're not helping them by letting them back in. And also, you can forgive somebody without letting them back in. You know, there's nothing wrong with having boundaries. You can forgive somebody without letting them back in. I think that's, and at a certain point, if you keep enabling behavior, you're not helping them in any way, shape, or form by continuing to let them in your life. You need to let them deal with the consequences of their actions with someone less forgiving than you.
That's true. Yeah.
We're gonna meet up in Michigan and go to some meetups. We're gonna go to some council meetings and try and.
We're gonna go to an ecumenical council up in Michigan City, Indiana. Where are you gonna be at, dude? Don't be putting us down there like we're giving you blowjobs.
I've been listening to this. Are you guys gonna go kill black?
What's with the blowjob POV over here? What is this?
Why
Are you guys attacking black people in Michigan?
What's with the blowjob POV? I don't know, but I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that.
Sorry, I'm trying to make this work. Hold on.
Gay guys alert. Gay.
Poor little monkey is one of those people who I've blocked because they're impertinent, and now it seems like they all gather in this one corner of the internet and just talk crap about me. I have less than 1,500 subscribers, by the way. I have less than 1,500 subscribers. Hi, I don't know if you can see me too good, but I'm not Andrew Wilson. It's just Tony. One of the smallest channels on the internet.
I don't shower enough to get homosexual. What do you want?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say his name, Jess, but you're right. There's a group of people, and they all just kind of go into this corner after I've had enough of their negativity and their desire for conflict. Because that's all it really is. No, it's okay, Jess. I don't want to give these people more attention than they deserve. Even this is too much, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. It's never just like, I don't know. There's just people who they live for strife. They live for strife. And I don't.
There you go. That's your face.
So what I was saying was, I was like chatting. I was in your chat earlier, and like you're like saying a bunch of things. Like I'm literally just like being nice, and everything's like nice, and I have no ill will. And then you're just like, why are you always so starting shit? You're such a rabble-rouser.
I do misinterpret you a lot, but also sometimes that's because over the course of our relationship, you often do attack me out of nowhere. So I'm a little defensive with you.
But we've established a rapport that we don't need. We're not moving backwards. You know what I mean? We're moving forwards.
I thought this was part of the rapport that sometimes we bicker.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's fine.
Y'all call Nick Fuentes a fed because he says he's Mexican? What you went through? Are you a white supremacist?
He's spicy.
You're being very white survivalist on your stream tonight.
I don't even know what that term is. Did you make that term up?
No. Nick Land said that. Nick Land said that white people should stop saying white supremacy and start adopting the term called white survivalist.
Well, I'm not a
which I didn't really like. I find that very prey coded, like you guys are like victims and shit like that. But I mean, it is.
No, weird thing is my mic kept cutting out every time I tried to talk. Anytime they talked, it was like my mic would cut out. This is what happens often if I use the phone. But I forgot. So I often had to repeat myself over and over again. But I said, I feel like prey. Don't you feel like prey as a white person? The entire system is built against us. Crime is legal. We're the only people following the law. If we defend ourselves, we get locked up. Yeah, I feel like prey. That's why I want a war.
I feel
very
like
Jewy, very Jewy.
I feel like prey. I feel like prey. We're hunting.
I think it's
You live in Alaska, dude. Where's the nearest black person to you right now?
Across
one guy.
I mean, that is kind of true.
King TL is the closest black person to this.
I said he moved the goalpost. He's like, "Where's the nearest black person?" I said, "Across the street." So, oh, what? One guy? It was just like, this is the energy y'all starting off this whole thing with. This is the energy from the jump. And maybe I played into it. I thought we were just going to josh around and have a fun time. But it just started to feel, I didn't like the way it felt.
Closest black guys across the street. You're like, okay, but how many?
Wait, so you live in?
He lives in Alaska. How black is he?
So you probably live in like Anchorage or something, right?
I don't want to tell.
All right, that's fine. But yeah, mostly the black people that live in Alaska is mostly centered around Anchorage. They don't live anywhere outside there because I mean, when I lived out in the middle of nowhere, I was the only minority, and it was a pretty harsh reality to live. Because a lot of it was pretty white and Russian.
If a cop you're a white supremacist, would you go, I'm a minority like you did just now?
Well, I'm not a white supremacist though. I'm not a white.
Yeah, but what would you say? Would you say I'm Iranian?
Yeah, I'm
well, that's what I'm saying. A cop asks you a question, you say what you got to say to make them leave you alone.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you're getting. What are you getting at with that? What do you mean?
I'm saying I'm not convinced that Nick is a Fed. I'm still not convinced.
He's not a Fed?
I'm still not
convinced. We're not going through this whole video, by the way.
I don't think he's. I mean,
we're not.
I mean, he's talking to.
Maybe he's just a dude.
I'm gonna skip ahead. So eventually, he starts coming with some weird questioning about black people, about why I don't care about black people or something like that. And I was like, what?
Maybe he's just
I don't
know. I'm docs thing where we don't hang out with hang out with our bros like that. That's kind of harsh.
Oh, he said that Catholics are my brothers, and I said no, I'm not. No Catholic is my brother. And he was like, "What? That's harsh. That's not right."
Brothers that are Roman Catholic.
I think I've come to terms with that.
Do you guys need to be alone for a little bit? I mean, I don't know I'm not sure what's going on.
What's wrong? Do you want to be involved? Do you want to be involved, EBT?
When are you going to go to liturgy, buddy?
He goes to mass. What do you
think of that? Think of an Orthodox person saying that. I said, EBT, when are you going to go to liturgy? Someone who is also Orthodox says, he goes to mass. What are you talking about? As if that's legitimate, as if that counts.
What are you talking about? He's our Roman Catholic brother.
I don't have brothers that are Roman Catholic.
Whoa. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is our brother. What do you mean? Why do you? Oh, are we doing this like hardline true Orthodox thing where we don't hang out with we don't
yeah.
We don't hang out with our bros like that. That's kind of harsh, don't you?
Is it because I'm black?
What up, Murder
Media? This is the blackest
Stoffels?
White nigga I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, do you have a grill right now?
He keeps dropping a hard R. It was making me uncomfortable.
Failing to like sort of piece.
Sorry, I'm just not that based.
Piece that together.
Yeah, I find that weird too because there's a lot of like non-white Orthodox people.
Right, there's a whole jurisdiction of Middle Eastern people, right? There's a whole jurisdiction of Antioch. There's Russians.
I can love everybody, but I can love my people as well, and allowing my people to be destroyed.
Iranians are white.
It's not an act of.
I keep getting interrupted every time I try and talk, and my mic cuts out, so that was also kind of annoying.
Love.
What the fuck are white people, anyways?
Oh yeah, so they were saying something about me being a white supremacist, and then when I finally start saying that I care about my people, then they say, "What are white people?" Which is like. Am I talking to two leftists?
See, and then it goes like that. So quick to talk against white people, but the second
fuck are white people?
Whoa. The second we talk for ourselves, all of a sudden, what's a white person? vanished into thin air.
But we have to understand what that means to be white. Do you not think that there aren't schisms among?
I'm half
Wait.
Mexican.
What I want to understand, do you think that there weren't schisms between white people in history?
There are no white people.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm talking to two leftists right now, bro. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm talking to two leftists. These are stupid conversations, dumb conversations that I was done having in 2018. I was done having this type of conversation in 2018. But now, people that are supposedly on the right, one of which is supposedly an Orthodox Christian, is all of a sudden trying to G-check me about racism. And I'm just sitting here like, we're really doing this? I have a goal. I want this to change. That's what I want. I want the world that I'm seeing around me right now to change. Because what I'm seeing right now is white erasure. What I'm seeing right now is the entire world celebrating while we're disenfranchised, destroyed, and killed in cold blood. That's what I'm seeing. And I don't want that. This nigga's talking to me like it's 2016. Like it's 2016 and Mike Brown just got shot. And all of a sudden I got a tap dance for him. This is feminine behavior. This is leftist behavior. Straight up. That's great, Metal Stalfos.
All right, let's just whatever. White is just an umbrella term.
Yeah, Jewish, some shit the Jews invented.
So the Jews did invent the term white to like blanket you guys all together so that they could control you.
Oh, now it's you guys. Now it's you. Now it's us guys.
Whoa, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I'm so sorry.
No,
I gotta police my language. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Iranians are white people too, dude.
Am I? I don't look white. I don't look white.
Iranians are white.
Look related to me, but I have a lot of dark forces within. So it's
I don't look white.
I have a little Syrian in me, to be honest. But
Antioch, yeah, that's good. That's good, yeah.
I agree that the term white was used to make it so we didn't have a national identity, but it was one of many. It was a multi-pronged attack on our identity. But we're past, and so now what I do is I say, yes, we are all white, and I do include all white people, and I want us all to unify. That's what I want.
I said we're past that. Cut out. I said we're past that. I kind of in my head, I'm thinking we use what they did to us against them. They took all of our national identities. They turned us into just this blanket term white people. But then whenever we try and unite as white people, they say, oh, what's a white person? And then they remind us of our national identities, which they worked tirelessly to destroy. No, brother. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. If we're white people, we're white people. All of us. And I want all of us to kick you out of our countries. I want all of us to make sure you never see us again. I want all of us to stop you.
But man, we're really just leaving out these good blacks out here. What's wrong with this?
That's okay.
Oh shit!
That's fine. That's fine.
What about the good blacks though? There's no good blacks. We're just gonna
I said they'll be
throw
all
the
right.
baby out with the bathwater.
Guess what? They're not my problem.
They're not okay. Okay, well that's fair. I think that people should. I think nations should have their people, and I believe that. And I think this like
You're killing me with your.
I know. I can't think straight when this motherfucker's looking at me like this.
So I'm trying to keep it light. I'm not really trying to do this freaking this 21 questions thing, this Inquisition thing. That's not really how I want to be talked to. That's not a conversation. He keeps going back and be like, we were just talking, but it's not just talking, actually. It's you constantly trying to put me on my back feet. Is that the term? You constantly trying to put me on tilt with questions, with these sort of loaded questions. That's actually what's happening.
This nigga's in a fireplace. He's looking so comfy. This nigga's so comfy. I can't stand this nigga. I think serious talking point here. I think that I'd like to live in a world where there were a lot of EBTs there. I think that immigration, okay, I'm losing my train of thought because this
I'm being attacked in the chat by people that I love.
You're getting attacked.
Yeah.
Tony is low IQ. Damn, distinction.
That's so crazy.
Distinction's coming at him.
Wow, what distinctions attacking me? Now that I didn't see coming.
It's probably because you banned him from your show.
Now that hurts. You of all people.
Okay, let me try to make a serious point here about immigration. Yes, every country should have an identity.
I sure do, Alex. No, I do prison look. When black people look at me, I do this thing where you look at them, but then you relax your gaze so that the second you keep moving, your eyes are looking past them. I don't know if you know this, but black people are incredibly violent and capable of great destruction, and they have the minds of children. So it's best not to start something. It's best to just avoid them. Unless you want to potentially have a life or death situation. It's just true.
Every country should, and we should have. I can't even do this. I can't do this thing. This Jesuit fucking Project Pat I'm looking at in the middle. That's what I was trying to get at earlier about.
Tony thinks like a Negro when it comes to race. Completely emotional and reaction.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to get at earlier about like your chat and like about Jim Bob's chat and like people that just like are so enamored by the host of the show that they behave like if I say anything.
Part of me doesn't want to make this live because I'm not trying to air this out on that level. Bill Hicks, I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I don't want it to turn into something where this nigga gets forever clout off of fighting with me and the ortho thugs. I'm not really interested in that. I'm not going to do this endless back and forth. So I'm just airing this out right now. I don't know if I want to make it like I don't know if I want to make it not members only. I don't want to sit around and bicker forever. I'm just trying to work through this real quick. You know what I mean? What do you guys think of that? Is that cowardly? I'm just not looking to have this endless freaking back and forth with these people, to be honest. This is kind of me explaining why I'm done with it. I'm not giving any more chances. And also, I want to explain this. I want to talk about this much deeper issue that's kind of taken everybody. It's taken over the world. this disgusting behavior that's taken over the world of desperately trying to drag everyone down, including your supposed brothers in Christ. You know,
like weird or like out of place in your chat, Tony.
Yo,
your fucking chatting like about Jim Bob's chat.
Negro when it comes to race. Completely emotional and reaction.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to get at earlier about like your chat and like about Jim Bob's chat and like people that just like are so enamored by the host of the show that they behave like if I say anything like weird or
I said I'm okay with that,
or like out of place in your chat, Tony.
Yo,
your fucking chat behaves like and they try to like jump me in the chat. It's so fucking weird.
I'm down with being a nigga. It's called cohesion. How we gonna win, bro? If we sitting here debating each other all day,
I ain't trying to.
So that was my point. Yeah, he likes to call people fake Orthodox. He'll say anything about anyone. That's the thing. He'll say anything about anyone. But I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, my chat, Jim Bob's chat, they don't take kindly to people attacking us and causing a ruckus. I'm okay with that. I'm not just sitting here trying to fart around. Some part of me is trying to really do something here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it is TOS. I do have to be careful. Maybe I'll do an edit. You had to confess on Friday because of this guy. Wow. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I want that. I want cohesion. I want the people who watch me to feel defensive of me and to feel defensive of each other. I want the people who watch the Ortho Thugs to feel that way. I'm not just trying to do a little thing here. I want things to change. And it's not going to change if we don't have cohesion. It's not going to change if we keep acting like these niggas. Crabs in a bucket. You feel me? It's not going to change if we act like these niggas. We have to actually defend each other. We have to actually be there for each other. We have to have some sort of cohesion that can't be picked apart by ankle biters. You know what I'm saying? And that's you'll see more of this. You'll see more of this as this goes on. Because later on, he tries to get me to insult Andrew Wilson. And they spend 20 minutes trying to get me to talk crap about Andrew Wilson. To the point where I rage quit. I got so angry at them, I left. They don't want good. They don't want change. And maybe EBT's okay. You know, maybe he's catching strays here. But from what I've seen from this man's behavior, he doesn't want good. He doesn't want change. If he sees somebody trying to make change, if he sees somebody trying to make good, if he sees somebody trying to send a message, he tries to take their legs off. He gets upset with them. He comes up with anything to attack them about. And then he attacks their audience. He says Tony's audience is too aggressive towards people who are insulting. I'm okay with that. I want that. I want that. I want group cohesion. That's what they beat out of us for 100 years. That's what they beat out of us for 100 years. That's why they're picking us off in front of each other and we just stand there. Because we stopped thinking as a team. We stopped thinking as a unit. We stopped thinking as a bloodline. We stopped thinking as a nation. I want that. I want that for y'all. I want that for Jimmy. I want that for Andrew. I want that for me. I want us to care about each other. I want us to stand up for each other. And if you think that that's a weak thing, then you have not been paying attention. That is strength. That's strength. I'm not doing this to silence haters. I don't give a crap about that. I'm doing this because I want Neo-Byzantium. And yeah, I know it's crazy for me to say that, but I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I'm actually saying that.
Debooty bro. I'm not a debooter. I'm not trying to do. I'm not a debooty bro. I'm not a debooty bro. I don't deboot. I'm not a debooty bro.
Yeah, at the end of this, I don't feel EBT. I crashed out on both of them at the end. I don't hate EBT. I just want EBT to go to Divine Liturgy. But for those of you who just got here, when I asked EBT, when you going to go to the Divine Liturgy, Ancient Waves, Modern Graves, my Orthodox brother in Christ said, hey, he goes to Mass. He's our Catholic brother. To which I responded, I don't have Catholic brothers. See, that's the thing. That's another thing he tries to do in this. He tries to G-check me. He's like, yo, you ain't. He tries, yo, the things he does in this are so crazy to me. Trying to ask about my street cred. First off, I never talk about my street cred. But I will say this. One thing I learned living in the hood is keep your mouth shut unless you're willing to die over it. So I know where he's at. I know what kind of man I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with a man who runs his mouth.
I don't do that shit. I'm done with that. That's just like lame as fuck.
Fire and a DJ set in the background. What do you have back there, bro?
I don't know. He's got some shit. He's like,
Wow.
This is
Because my friend,
here. Is this?
yeah, listeners.
He looked so gangster doing that, and it really wasn't anything of significance, but he pulled it off really well.
It's a sort of debating him,
He's releasing an expose, and it
and like what are we doing? Motherfuckers drink coffee. Black person, and he always.
Two people left, and now I'm feeling in my heart like people are thinking that I'm like a drama, like I'm doing a drama stream. Do y'all feel like I'm doing a drama stream right now? Because I've never done anything like this before, and I do have a point. But I will stop if you feel like I'm doing a drama stream right now. This isn't my thing. There's a lot of videos. Anybody who's been watching me for any amount of time knows that this isn't my thing. I'm trying to make a point right now. Okay.
References that sole person every single time.
Kennard, dude. I hate Kennard.
Oh yeah, so they're saying, "Oh, you don't know any real black people or something like that." Like, I don't even know how to approach something like that. So I just joke it off. I'm like, okay, that's dumb. He's like, you only know one black person. This is not how someone that I respect talks. Exactly. Like, what are you talking about? You think this nigga's still out here rating his value based on how many black people talk to him? That's the definition of cuck. That's the definition of cuck. Let me show you that part.
Go on.
Black coffee drinkers. Like, what are you
how I
doing?
get my
Without a doubt. and I agree. It's funny. Like, I'm not even fucking around. I think he probably stole the steak from me, honestly.
Oh gosh, classic.
Because I'm such a narcissist, I think that he stole my take. Like, I think Nick Fuentes watches my streams for sure. Yeah, without a doubt.
I'm glad someone finally said it. I'm glad someone had the balls to say that black coffee don't really even taste good. You got to kind of.
It doesn't. It doesn't taste good at all. It's fucking shit. It tastes bitter and gross. Like what are we doing here?
The Russians drink it without sugar, but they do drink it with cream, and that's actually not bad.
Cream without sugar, that's just like they're
That's how I
even
get-
more. That's even more psychopathic than the
Oh,
black
yeah,
coffee drinkers. Like what are you
That's how I
doing?
get my Americano cream, no sugar.
Americano cream, no sugar.
Americano
Black-
cream, no
Oh,
sugar.
whoa! Black people don't drink coffee.
Black people don't drink coffee.
Nah, black people don't drink coffee.
I
Yeah.
don't know where you from. These fucking motherfuckers drink coffee like crazy. You're talking about?
No, black people don't drink coffee.
They drink coffee, bro. Let me tell you. I don't think you've met. I don't think.
Go
I
on.
don't think you've met a lot of black people.
Hey, G check me. Like I give a crap.
I'm G check.
That's the one guy.
I'm G check.
The
Nigga,
one guy, the one
Listen,
black guy.
I don't even know if you
no,
know.
Tony knows. Tony knows
people
one black
that I
person.
know.
The one black
I know
guy.
over
Tony knows one-
150 unique black adults.
Tony knows one black person, and he always references that sole person every single time.
Kennard, dude. I hate Kennard.
His name is Kennard.
He's about as black as the guy from Reading Rainbow. He's got Reading Rainbow ass niggas up in his.
you got a white ass black dude. That's your reference. That's your reference for a black.
You got LeVar Burton ass niggas up in your
I
head.
wish. I freaking wish.
Hey, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know what to say about that. Except I think that these guys are trying to get me to prove that I know blacks. Why? What?
Man, these fucking animals, man. I think one of them's horny. Sorry, continue, guys. Continue. What were you saying?
No, you checking me. Dude, you
You G checking? You G checking me? Anyway. Yeah, I'm glad you joined the stream, man. This is the first time you've ever joined my stream. This is great.
No,
man. This is
I
legendary
joined-
stuff.
I've joined a couple.
A setup followed by a cop out. Well, I don't know. Here's how I thought about it. I was just trying to have a fun conversation. I said that in the beginning of the stream. But I felt like it was an inquisition. I felt like they were trying to dig up dirt. They were trying to get me to backpedal. And they were trying to get me to explain myself to them, which I really don't like when people do that. That's like a personal... It's like a pet peeve of mine. If somebody tries to get me to explain myself to them, I immediately... That's like what a woman does, you know? You know, like when you're trying to date a girl or when you're hitting on a girl and she's trying to shit test you. It's like that. When I see a guy do that, I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? And then all of a sudden you realize,
hour but pearl clutch about segregation or white identity. Fake-based guys.
yeah,
Very eye-dubs of him.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when people do that, you quickly realize we're not two people having a conversation. There's some sort of strategic thing going on here. This is a strategy. There's like a Machiavellian thing going on here where you're trying to get some dirt, figure out something. It's not a conversation. We're not two people talking. You are like a gotcha journalist. You know what I mean? Trying to see if you could put me on tilt. And that's what I started to feel like as the conversation progressed. And when that didn't work, they tried to get me to talk crap about Andrew Wilson. Watch this. It's a masterclass of manipulative behavior.
Times you would just blackout drunk. This is the first time I've joined with EBT. The second time I joined with EBT. The first time I did, he kept talking over me about
You guys were arguing and being very very non-charitable to each other, and I I felt it was not good. You guys should be best friends.
I like EBT. I don't like arguing with anybody. I'm not good
That's
at
when he first realized he hated black people when he came up against me.
Because you got to certify.
This guy keeps dropping the hard R, yo. Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. I'm retarded. Here's an extra 5. Happy Thanksgiving to you and Maria and everyone in chat. God bless. Okay, I'm really leaving. Thank you, Gorilla Biscuit. God bless you too, brother. Let me just real quick jump in for all y'all. TOS like crazy. Be careful. Thank you, bro. Okay, that's all. It is TOS. I might have to take this down or just edit it. I'll just try and edit out all the times this dude drops a hard R. But it's hard to predict.
On the panel here, okay? So you're gonna have to come to terms with you. You have to like a black person because you're looking at one right now.
I love that.
You're looking at it here. This is a certified.
I'm gonna just get my finger on the button here. There we go.
You hear the way he says it? It's crazy the way he says it. He says
What do you mean?
You say it like you're from the Adirondacks, broski. You say it
Adirondacks.
You say it like you've been looking at wintergreen trees for a year straight.
That's weird because I grew up in the ghetto, my friend. Ghetto.
All I was doing was making a joke about the way he says the N-word, and he was like, "No, I know a lot of black people." He immediately goes to that and gets super defensive for about 5 minutes. So it's like, no, this dude really does have the mentality of a leftist. This dude really does care what black people think.
I got jumped in the apartment complex I grew up in because I dusted these fools in football once. Okay, don't tell me about where the fuck I'm from, bro.
I didn't say that. I just said the way you say that word. It makes stop it. With this.
I don't know how am I supposed to say it. I don't get it.
Yo,
should I pronounce it correctly? Should we do a pronunciation thing? Should we do that?
I don't know how to say it with a hard R.
You're not comfortable with that? It's gonna ruin your brand. It's gonna ruin your brand, Tony.
And
it's gonna ruin your brand because I don't like saying the hard R on stream.
Yeah, it's gonna ruin my brand if I say it with a hard R.
Did somebody say man-child? It's like talking. Who said man-child? Thank you, Total Gravity. Yeah. I just don't really like saying that word. I say it when I get really angry, but I don't casually drop hard R's. I don't like to. I say it if I've watched iHypocrite. I think I say that in here. If I've watched iHypocrite and I just watched like 20 videos of black people killing innocent whites, then the hard R's come out. But I'm not like an edgelord. I'm not an edgelord.
That's some.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Right there, bro. Let me say
Look,
that right now.
I'm trying to get this guap. I don't know what y'all on.
That's very Jewish of you, Tony. I have to say.
Hey, I'm trying to get Jewish. I don't know what y'all on.
He said it's very I said I'm trying to get this guap. I don't know what y'all on. He said that's very Jewish of you. I said I'm trying to get chosen. I don't know what y'all on. These Jews don't know who the hell they are. All the problems stem from there, and he did not grow up in the ghetto. This man did not grow up in the ghetto. This man is a liar.
We get it's good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, that's our boy here. He understands black culture. He understands the black plight, and I understand the black plight. I don't think you understand the black plight, Tony. Do you understand the black plight?
I hope not.
the plight of the
I said,
black
I
man?
hope not.
I certainly hope not.
Do you understand the plight of the black man is it's a struggle? It's a struggle for the black man.
There's no way I can answer that without saying something really great.
But why don't you be honest and try to empathize with the black man in modern America? Could you possibly put yourself in their shoes
So many
and
assumptions,
empathize with the black
so
man?
many assumptions being made about my character out here. I don't know. I don't think you understand where I'm from, bro. I was raised black, nigga.
He said the N word. Wow. You said the N word.
I was raised Jewish, kicker. That's like a light way of saying the kite. Okay. Can you say that?
That's fine. That's fine. I accept it. So moving on, what's Thanksgiving looking for you? You guys already started cooking, or what's going on? What's going on with Thanksgiving? I don't know where ABT went. I think he went to go find his Black and Milds and his backwoods.
Thanksgiving stuff.
He's such a fucking black hard R. What'd you say?
Went to go get the extendo, nigga. Went to go get the extendo, nigga.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
I'm gonna skip forward.
every black slow boy likes to, because they had to share what they had to survive modern communism as opposed.
Oh, now he's defending communism while also saying he isn't defending communism. Also, I was just getting tired of being like constantly him trying to check my G, and so I said, why are you doing this? Aren't you the one who spent like 2 hours arguing with me about communism? And they said I never did that, which is a lie. And so a thing started to pop in my head. I was like, bro, nothing that this, it doesn't matter what's true. His mouth just says words. He'll say whatever he needs to say.
what the communism of the apostles
Again,
The communism of the apostles.
all I'm saying,
And they relinquished it.
apostles did.
Karl Marx, who admitted
Right.
that. I don't know if that's true, but I will say this: right now, you're conflating communal living of the early apostles to communism, which was invented by Karl Marx, who had a demon, let his kids die, and was one of the worst people.
Well, sure, all that's true. But what is
Didn't have no blickies when they eating some Papa John's.
Why are you?
why can't we just go back to what we were originally talking about? Was I wrong about that, or am I a commie? Is that what you guys calling me? Are you guys calling me a communist?
That what
That's what
that what everybody would say?
Yo, Maria.
Yeah, that's called Fed jacketing, Bill Hicks. That's called Fed jacketing. It's one of the best tactics that feds have, is calling everyone else a Fed.
Maria, tell this guy he's being a jerk, okay?
Maria.
Oh,
I don't think you understand the plight of the black. I don't think you understand the plight of the black man. I don't think you have empathy enough.
bring it right back. Look, next topic.
Well, we
I'm not
were on
gonna.
the,
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna prove myself to you, nigga.
well, no. Well,
I'm gonna pass out.
All right, so
There,
then
Papa John. How the fuck is there?
so none of that worked, and now he's trying. Now he tries to get me to diss Andrew Wilson.
Papa John's in Alaska. Get you a pepperoni.
I caught him, bro.
Googling. Okay, let's see. Actor-based reality. That's Trent Horn. Wilson, Mr. We're moving on. We're moving on from the communism talk. What's your thoughts on Andrew Wilson, Mr. Tony?
I love Andrew Wilson. He's the homie.
He's a homie.
Yeah,
Are you part of the network? Are you part of his network?
I hope to be one day.
Interesting. How did you feel about that clip about him and the lesbian enemy Charlie?
I feel like if I were in that room, I'd be in prison.
Why? Why do you say that?
That he should have. That Rachel should have aborted her kids. I feel like I would
Yeah,
have.
that was pretty. That was pretty.
I honestly think people are looking for anything they can to attack this dude, and the fact that he got mad when somebody insulted his wife and children. If that's the best people can do against,
I don't think that's the issue.
It's not really the issue.
The issue
No more debates, no more arguing, violent force only now. You have more patience than I ever will.
Thank you, A. Panini. Yeah, it's time for war. In my opinion, I think it's time for war. You know, like, let me say ahead of all this, you know, I don't like watch Andrew Wilson all the time because I'm not really into debates. I don't watch any debates, really. Sometimes I'll go and hang out and chat at Jimmy's debates because, you know, that's my best friend and I like to support him and, you know, make jokes, try and make him laugh and chat, you know, and stuff like that, you know. But I'm not really into debate. I had that period of my life and I understand the importance of debate. The importance of debate, like debate helped me become orthodox. So I'm not crapping on debate entirely. I don't love the entire culture being focused around debate. And I do think the time for words is over. I think it's been over. I think the time for words has been over. You see what I'm saying, Alex? Alex, exactly, bro. He's talking about Andrew Wilson. If y'all saw the clip, this lesbian said that his wife should have aborted her children. I would have been in jail. I would have literally been in jail. Andrew handled that way better than I could have. I would have been like, oh my gosh, I am violent towards women. I just learned that. I just learned something new about myself. I am a woman beater on camera. And all anybody's saying is that, look, Andrew crashed out. And all I see is Andrew holding himself together in a situation that I don't think I would have been able to. But that's the thing. People are looking for anything. People are looking for anything. And I've seen this so many times, which is why I've always been a little careful about saying Nick's a Fed, is because there's these cottage industries built up around digging up dirt on people, even if it's not true. Even if it's not true. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. You can lie. You can say whatever you want. For instance, Ancient Waves, Modern Graves in his Crash Out stream said I'm an alcoholic. Who here thinks I'm an alcoholic? I can barely drink a single glass of whiskey. Now, I don't know this for sure, but somebody told me that that's what he said on his stream. I didn't watch the stream, but that doesn't matter. What matters is these people have loose lips and they'll say anything. They don't care. They will say anything about anybody. I don't understand it. Except to compare it to the demons. The demons will say anything to take you off your square. The demons will say anything to get you to be convinced that you're beyond saving, that you're worthless, that you're not made in the image of God, that you're going to hell, that your sins can't be forgiven, that you're somehow worse than all the other people on earth, that you should hurt yourself. That's what demons do. They call Satan the accuser. All he does is accuse. So I don't understand this behavior in any way except to equate it with Satan himself. Because this is what the demons do. The saints write about it constantly. This is what demons do. I'm going to say more about that after you see some more stuff they say.
He gives prescriptions and he talks down to people. He talks down to women who do OnlyFans or whatever the fuck.
I know. And
Or
cool. What?
I said, I know, and they're so cool. Why would you talk bad about OnlyFans girls? Oh, gosh, that's mean.
Who do we talk
people have very similar backgrounds. And
people have similar. If Rachel Wilson was a black chick, would you give her the same fucking grace?
I don't understand hypotheticals. I have a sub 100 IQ.
If you ate breakfast this morning, did you eat? How would
I
you
didn't
feel if
have
you didn't have
Hey,
breakfast this
if
morning?
you ate reheated Papa John's for breakfast this morning,
Reheated Papa John's.
we know you did, nigga.
No, I didn't put it in. I
Nigga.
ate it cold.
Right? Immediately going for Rachel. I like Rachel. Like, I don't even know Andrew. We've never spoken, but I freaking love Rachel Wilson. I have her books, or one of them, and I made my wife read it. I didn't read it because I already know, because I watched all of her videos about it. And I'm not into reading, but I love Rachel. I literally love that lady. So I was starting to get really angry about this line of questioning.
ate it cold.
Nigga, we know what you did.
I ate it.
But what I'm saying is, he's prescribing a life he doesn't live. Okay, you can sit here and you can sit here.
Whoa! Everybody here has a past, bro. Everyone here has a past. You have a past. You have a past. I have a past. The fact of the matter is, we reformed. The fact that it matters, he's telling these people to reform as well.
But he's not reaching them. He's okay. Okay, so he's not talking to these people, relating to them on his own moral failings and his own like dysfunctional, non-traditional family. He's speaking from where he's like he's living this life that he's prescribing others to live. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he's talking down to women that are promiscuous. His wife was promiscuous, okay, because she had multiple fucking baby daddies. 5 by 3. That's weird.
He's telling
you can't talk down to people and say that they're living a non-traditional life, and you're prescribing a non-traditional life when you yourself don't live that life.
He does live that life.
He lives a traditional life? No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
How?
The fact that there's a past there means that nothing since then is relevant. He has since then lived that life that he's talking about. So the fact and the fact that he took care of somebody else's kids is not a mark on him. That's a mark of his character.
No, you're mixing this thing up. Okay. How does Andrew Wilson talk to how does he talk about like single women with children? How does he talk about
single mothers? Yeah.
How does he talk about them?
I've never heard him talk about the virtues of being a stepdad either. Like,
right, he doesn't talk about. He strays.
Do you hear these freaking people? This is piss. This is pee from a dog. What man talks like these people are talking? What man talks like this?
From bringing that up, really, he didn't really, and the kids that he did have with Rachel were before they were even married. So I mean,
this is crazy. This is feminine behavior, bro.
How's this feminine behavior?
Y'all digging into people's past to try and discredit what they do. That's so feminine. It's like real beta crap, honestly. Like, would y'all like if somebody dug into your past and tried to discredit you for everything you do now?
If I was Andrew Wilson, if I was in his position, yeah, I mean,
that's crazy to me. That makes no sense to me. That's like that's literally ad hominem the person. Instead of taking him for what he's saying now, you say,
"What the fuck is he saying? Girls are dumb and stinky." I mean, like, what is he saying though? What is he saying though? That's so awesome.
Well, I don't watch him all the time, but I know he pushes for orthodoxy and he pushes for traditional lifestyle.
But he doesn't live a traditional lifestyle, does he?
He does.
He doesn't. He lives it, bro. You can't be serious.
What about
right
his
now.
lifestyle isn't traditional?
He's a perpetually online drunk that smokes a lot of cigarettes and fucking says terrible things to other females.
All of us
is that tradition? That's a traditional lifestyle.
Does having children with a person that was married, just having
in glass houses? None of us have a traditional lifestyle.
That's what we're talking about. That's him. He's the one. He's the one.
Not claiming to.
That's the whole point. We're trying to return to that. We're trying to make something good, push out.
Based, yeah, great. Let's acknowledge that, and then maybe
But has he ever talked about his family situation while talking down to women?
No, I didn't see Bobby. Bobby, are we cool? Are we still friends? They didn't turn you, did they? He made the whole show about me for the last. I left after that. I didn't watch it after that. This is what I'm saying. I want to show this to you because I'm not letting these people back in. People talk about, I understand forgive. Sure, I forgive them. But I'm not, it's over. I'm not letting them back in. Yo, thank you, Extanglius.
In the immortal words of Andrew Breitbart, fuck you or sorry for cursing.
I've been cursing this week too, man. I don't know what's going on, man. It's dark out here this week.
Why is the non-orthodox obese guy telling Wilson how to be orthodox?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. I think I need to put this here for posterity for myself because I know how I am. I forget why I'm doing this, like I did with Marilyn once. Why I push people out and say that's that. But that's that.
He goes on fucking red pill fucking podcast, whatever.
By the way, W. Extanglia for the freaking huge 50. Thank you, bro.
Podcast, fresh.
Has he ever talked about his family situation while talking down to women?
He goes on fucking red pill fucking podcast, whatever podcast, fresh and fit. Like,
this is so much animosity. There's so much spite. I don't like this. This is not the type of person I want to ever be around. This is dark, and I'm not gonna fix them. But this is dark. This is just spiteful vitriol. And it does come from like the pit of jealousy.
Why is
all these channels that are against all that?
Why is that anybody's business his entire life?
Because it matters. Because it matters.
Why does
do you live what you preach? Do you live the prescription that you give people? He does not.
Whoa,
he lives in a non-traditional family.
You're throwing stones in glass houses because none of us are living the ideal traditional lifestyle. Who can? We're working towards it.
Where does he get the gall to talk down on people then? Where does he get the idea that
we're not building that glass house though?
Yo, don't play with them, Bobby. Don't play with them. You know what else I saw in this chat? Every single person that hates me online, bro. Every single person that hates me online is in his chat. And then he comes over acting like he's my friend. And then when I finally go and talk to him, this is how he talks to me. Snake. This is snake behavior, yo. There's no two ways about it. When I logged off, I turned to my wife and I said, this is a pit of vipers. Dog, I was only there because you were. How'd you know I was there, bro?
We're not saying that we're in that.
Where does he get the gall to talk down on people on their lifestyle and stuff like that? Where does he get that? Where does he get the gumption to do that?
I mean, I get where Tony's coming from, but I mean, like at the same time, though, I mean, it is hypocritical.
It's hypocritical. It's completely hypocritical.
Say this: he's no more a hypocrite than I am. I have a past too. I'm an effed up person too. I'm not living the traditional lifestyle I want. I'm not really afforded that, but I want that, and I'm pushing towards that. And so, what Andrew
is doing, commendable to admit that and say that.
In my estimation, what Andrew is doing is trying to push the culture forward. In my estimation, what I'm doing is trying to push the culture forward. I'm not trying to take the legs out of other people who are also doing that.
What culture is he pushing forward, though? I mean, that's I guess that's the delineation point there. I mean, do you think that just going and insulting women is the culture? I mean,
is clip.
So you got recommended it because I was on there. That makes sense, man. The YouTube recommendations are getting crazy. Well, I'll never be on there again. He's only nice sometimes because he's using you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big boy. I can admit that, like, I don't know. I like connecting with people, and I like things to be cool with people. I don't always expect people to, like, use that against me. The fact that I wear my heart on my sleeve. But if you do, you're kind of a scumbag. Right?
Farming and making like viral clips about talking down his wife, talking down to Nala, telling her she's not a real Christian, even though Andrew Wilson like actually like houses a gay porn star, and
Right,
and is like how does that make any sense?
What is that?
I guess you didn't. Yeah. So there's a fellow that Andrew
Yeah, I guess
Wilson
you
like
missed out on
co-signs.
that.
Yeah,
Andrew,
I'm not sitting around digging up dirt on people. That's just not my thing. I understand maybe that's more you guys' thing. It's not for me though.
I mean, I guess like being consistent is something you don't really care about, right?
Inconsistent is part of me being consistent, trying to find as much dirt on everyone around me as possible, so I can be.
Well, if the man has this much like pull, he should have a squeaky clean like history about himself, right? The way he talks to people, the way.
I said, yeah, so should Paul, but it cut me out. I said, yeah, so should Paul. No one should ever have ever done anything that others don't approve of ever. And if you did, everything you say is discredited. This is lefty behavior. Anyone who doesn't recognize that is feminized in their heart.
He fucking insults people the way he like presents.
I mean, he built his whole platform on shit talking on track. Literally, he had a whole
right. So when
it doesn't, Bill Hicks and Krager, it doesn't. There's no L to be taken there. Okay, Rachel was in 2 long-term relationships. She wasn't sleeping around, and she wasn't looking for that sort of lifestyle. And when she finally found a person that she could be with, she stayed with him. And they've been together for 20 years. Who the hell are y'all? Who the hell are y'all? Who the hell are y'all? I've jumped into, I don't watch Ancient Ways My Grave streams. I don't watch them. Because every time I go to watch his stream, I jump on and he's saying the crudest, most debaucherous stuff. He'll have a girl on the stream and talk about how much he wants to eat out her butthole. And not in the words I'm using. The most lewd, licentious words come out of this man's mouth. The most disgusting, vile stuff comes out of this man's mouth. While he claims orthodoxy, bro. And then he'll say the most disgusting crap I've ever heard. So I don't watch him. I don't watch him, period. I click on once in a while, try and see if he's doing it right this time. Some part of me has this idea of Ancient Ways that he's just not living up to. And I'm done waiting for him to do that. But the fact that you sitting around talking crap about a man's wife, the fact that you're talking about Andrew Wilson's wife, what is your life? I actually know, but I'm not going to talk crap about him even though this is what he does for a living. I'm not going to dig up dirt on him even though that's what he does for a living. But I got the receipts. I know everything that these people do. Why? Because I got a Discord full of people that are sick of his crap. And they come up to me and I have to tell them to stop talking about it. And if they're in chat right now, they'll tell you that's true. I've gone on my Discord and had people pull up receipts and tell me the disgusting crap this man does. And I say, yo, stop talking about it. You need to stop thinking about these people. You're getting sucked into the void with them. Just ignore the behavior, ignore the people, and move on. If they're in this chat, they'll confirm that that's what I do. So even though I have the dirt on these people that I never asked for, I'm still not going to let it out because that's bitch behavior.
it gets returned to him, when it gets returned to him,
Well, it's not
he
getting
spirals out.
It's getting returned to me like I'm his spokesperson.
Oh no,
No, you're
no,
not.
no!
You're
Don't
not.
take it personal. Don't take it.
No,
personal.
no.
Hey,
You're not.
Hey,
Will,
hey, have some Papa John's. Calm down for a second.
Will.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. We're just talking about it, Tony. We're not. We're not beholding you to it.
I like Andrew. I like Rachel. I don't watch the Whatever podcast because I think it's porn for Christians. But
good. Yes.
that being said,
oh my God, you say
I
that.
like the fact that they're moving the culture forward in whatever way they are. They do have pull, and ultimately, I see us pointing in the same direction. So I don't.
Well, see, that's the ends don't justify the means, though. Does it?
I don't. That's your opinion. That's not where I don't see what you're seeing.
Okay. That's valid. I mean, that's understandable. I mean, but I just don't
See,
think
this part made me be like, all right, EBT's at least reasonable. I wish he would go to liturgy. It might change him.
I just don't see how they're moving. I don't understand what.
You got EBT's validation. Well, no, he backed up a little bit. So I was like, okay. Okay. Maybe he's not completely lost.
Cringe, blood sports, fucking disgusting.
I mean,
when did I get EBT's validation? When did I get EBT's validation, Bill Hicks? All I said is I don't watch the Whatever podcast because I think it's porn for Christians. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for a year, bro. I ain't looking for nobody's validation. You can't validate me. I'm valid.
This shit like human rights don't exist, only force does. You wholeheartedly believe that?
Yeah, real crypto communist fucking shit that he's perpetrating out here. That's another huge.
But that's what I'm saying. Is he saying these things because
like
he believes
legit
them,
communist,
or is he just saying these things because he's just growing his channel for engagement?
edgelord farming out here? Is that what it is?
I mean, do you think that's like an orthodox position to have? Only force exists, that human rights don't exist?
Yeah, I was always trying to keep it cool with them. Honestly, Bobby, I always was. I'm forgiving. I'm very forgiving of people. Oh. Me and Jimmy were talking about it last night. I don't know. I'm not saying this like I'm not patting myself on the back. I don't like to close doors on people. Oh, my bad, Bill. Bill, forgive me. Forgive me, Bill. I'm sorry. I don't like to close the door on people. It's always been a thing for me. I've always been like this. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. But once I do close the door is closed. And the door is closed. But maybe not on EBT completely because I hope he becomes Orthodox, but we'll see. I don't know. Some part of me still saw some light there. Am I stupid? Tell me if I'm dumb. I know I am. Let's get through the rest of this. It's almost over.
I'm not really sure what you guys are talking about exactly right now. I would like.
I don't know why we're so serious right now. Can we back? Can we back?
I don't want to sit. Look.
I mean, why the fuck not? We're just sitting here talking. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? This is a small channel.
I don't want to be.
Can we look at orangutans fishing? Maybe we need to look at orangutans fishing.
I don't want to be part of a trash talking session at all.
We're not, but this is not a trash talking session. We're just talking. It's not anything. It doesn't have to be.
This is trash talking. That's what I see. You could call it what you want, but I'm telling you what I see.
It's interesting that trash talking is such an.
Listen how he pivots. Oh. Listen how he pivots, yo. Listen to this. This is why I can't debate. It's because when I see dishonest tactics like what he does right here, I'm telling him that what he's doing is trash talking. He pivots not to me, but pivots back to Andrew Wilson and says Andrew Wilson made a career off of trash talking.
History when Andrew Wilson's whole fucking brand, when he had trash talk extravaganzas, that was like his streams. That was when he started his channel. He would have trash talk extravaganza.
Yeah,
Trash talk extravaganzas.
Look,
for fucking years. So when you say things like that, it's just like sort of bizarre to me. I don't understand. But okay, we'll move on from trash talking.
Books. I like Rachel Wilson. I like her books. I like Andrew Wilson. I like the fact that
her books.
He's got a huge pull.
You read her book? You read her book?
Did you really read Occult Feminism, dude? Come on.
You read Occult Feminism?
I didn't read it, but I make everyone else read
I didn't read it. Somebody did.
This is true. I don't think I read it, but I made my wife read it, and I gave it to my friends for them to read it. You know, I don't read. I don't know how to read. I told Rachel that.
Come on, man. Come on, Tony, man. Come on, man.
You sounded real.
You're doing some real like ball washing, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be mean, but you're doing some real ball washing right now. I don't really understand it.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Bring it all back. Let's bring it all back.
Real bottom feeding, nigga. That's what you doing. You doing some fucking.
There's nothing. I don't want. There's no food for me to eat from.
Nah, that's what you do.
There's nothing. There's nothing for me to eat from. I don't care. I don't care about this YouTube channel.
Trying to do something.
I don't. There's nothing to. There's nothing for me to feed from.
The shots of people that are actually making a difference, and go fucking make a difference yourself, nigga.
Right, Tony. Because because the only people making a difference.
Was that a?
He
So here's what I'm saying. There's an entire corner of the internet of people who do this. There's an entire cottage industry of people who do this. This morning, a video randomly showed up in my feed of Andrew Wilson. It's a year-old video. I clicked on it. And there's this girl, Brittany Venti, who thought she dug up all this dirt on him. And she went on this tirade, insulting him, insulting his family, insulting the death of his child, which I didn't even know about till I saw this video, saying that I'm going to play this video. I'm going to play this video for you, actually, because I want you to see this. Because there's a lot of people out here that are like this, and they're snakes. They're snakes. Kino Casino does this. Brittany Venti does this. These niggas do this, and it's snake behavior. It is what the devil does. The devil will come up with anything. The devil is the accuser who will constantly tell you that you're not forgiven, that you can't be forgiven, that you can't be saved, that you're going to hell, that everything you've done, that you cannot change, and that you are no different. And he reminds you of your past sins over and over and over and over again. And if that's not demonic behavior, then I don't know what is. These people are of their father, the devil. Because this is not how a man acts. This is not how someone with self-respect acts. Period. Someone with self-respect tries to make something good. These people see someone who's trying to do something good, and they try and tear him down. They try and find a way to destroy him. They insult him. They lie about him. They dig into his past and say the most insidious, disgusting things. This is the most despicable behavior I've ever seen in my life. It makes me want to spit. And there's an entire cottage industry dedicated to this, to anyone who's actually trying to do something. Anyone who's actually trying to do something, they sit around and they freaking bicker and laugh and they talk nonstop garbage about these people. Because they have nothing. Because they have nothing to give of their own. They have nothing to give, and so they hate anyone who does. They despise you for trying because they gave up a long time ago. Look, I've never talked to Andrew. I'm not like trying to get on his team or anything like that. I love Rachel. I really do. I respect Andrew for pushing the culture forward and for being an incredible debater. But like y'all know me. Y'all know how I am. I'm not out here trying to gain brownie points from anybody. But that doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and let you talk garbage about people that I know are decent people. I'm not going to sit there and allow that crap to happen in front of me and not speak up. Because it's despicable, yo. That's despicable behavior. I'm not going to be on the screen while you're talking like a faggot. I'm not going to be on the screen sheepishly standing by while you talk like a faggot. Because they were talking like faggots. I'm not giving up on them. I'm handing them over to the devil. That's how I see it. Lord have mercy. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But I'm not going to put up with this crap, and I'm not going to surround myself with people who act like this. This is not a person this is not someone with character, yo. This is someone who lies like they breathe. I forgive him. But that doesn't mean that that's it. I'm done. They show me who they are, yo. Colin Rack said, thanks for the stream. Andrew is a big reason I'm Orthodox. I've been a mod for him since he had 6,000 subs. Lots of lies get thrown around about the Wilsons. Lots of lies get thrown around about everyone who's moving the culture forward. This is why I've never fully given up on Nick Fuentes, because everyone's trying to cut him down. Everyone's taking shots at him. And while he's not Orthodox, he has made it so that the things that I talk about over here are talked about everywhere. And that's a threat to them. And so, of course, they will put a cottage industry around them. You know Kino Casino gets funded by a billionaire Jew? Did you know that? And they spend their days trying to take the legs off him. They spend their days throwing dirt at him. There's people getting paid to do what Ancient Waves Modern Graves just did in this video.
In Nashville. He didn't know my name, didn't know my face, didn't know how much or little I supported or cared about him. But the first thing he did was crack a big smile and shake my hand.
You feel me? Look, you can see it in people. You can see it in people. You can see sincerity in people. There are people getting paid to do what Ancient Waves Modern Graves did in this video. There are people who get paid to do it. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's industries dedicated to taking down anyone who's moving the culture forward. And they're funded by shady individuals who hate us. And there's a bunch of ankle biters who don't care where the money's coming from as long as they get that guap. And they'll do whatever they have to do. And they may have a facade of being based. You may think they're just like you. But they're getting funded by our enemies. And they never miss an opportunity to talk shit. Let me show you this video. Because I think it was serendipity that this popped up in my feed this morning.
That I'm making this response is because one of these creators, Brittany Venti, has decided in her infinite wisdom.
The glow in the dark man tells you to stop moving forward. Look at the underneath it all. Look at everything he's saying. Everything we heard in that entire conversation, underneath it all. Was there any support for orthodoxy? Was there any support for moving forward the culture? Was there any support for white identity? Was there any support for stopping the degeneracy of our nation? No. There was only attacks for people who were doing that.
That she wanted to go after my children and went after them in about the most horrible ways possible, making absolutely insane allegations. I don't care about the rest of the non-traverse.
Look, I've never been connected to Andrew. I know Jimmy and Andrew are friends. I've never been connected to him. But after that bullshit yesterday, and after seeing this video, I care about this man, you know? And I'm sick of this shit, yo. I'm not letting this shit I'm not letting this shit slide anymore. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win. I don't want to see this shit no more. I don't want to see the stuff that's happening to us happen anymore. And Andrew is my ally in this, even if I never speak to him. And Ancient Waves is my enemy in this, even though I have.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit what people say about me on the internet or whatever insane timelines they come up with or insane allegations or whatever. I don't fucking care about any of that. It doesn't mean anything to me. But I do care when insane people target my children. My kids have never been on my stream. I've never shown them to the public. I don't show any pictures of them. I don't involve them in any way, shape, or form in anything that I do. The type of lunatic who would try to come after me by going after my children, that's a super dangerous person and a lunatic, literally a lunatic. So I'm just going to quickly address a couple of things just in regards to them. Again, I don't care if these people go ham about me and Rachel all day. It doesn't mean anything to me, but let's start with my wife not only attempted to sell my daughter's virginity to groypers, that she succeeded, and my daughter was deflowered by a groyper or some shit. Okay? And further, that there's blackmail on yours truly, your very fine host, and that this blackmail is revenge pornography.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These are vipers, bro. And I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it. When I found out that Keno Casino was funded by a Jewish billionaire, I started to see it. These people pose like they're part of us, but they're actively operating against us. That's what they're doing. It's crazy, bro. It's like psychic warfare out here, bro. Psychological warfare.
Which one of them has and is waiting to drop at any time.
The daughter's ex-fiance is part of this group that Nick Fuentes runs, and after assumingly taking her virginity, which Sloppy loved to brag about before, he proceeded to blackmail her and her family with what is implied to be her nudes and sex life.
Let's go over what their evidence is. Their evidence is that Rachel made a bunch of tweets joking around with some guys from the AF community on Twitter publicly.
She pimped out her virginal daughter, that she bragged about having a 0 body count, to a bunch of creepy men on the internet, on Twitter of all places.
Now, my daughter did date a man who she was interested in, and she was introduced via my wife. I see absolutely no problem with that at all. I don't see how anybody else could. That's completely up to my daughter who she wants to date or not date. They saw each other for a time socially. They had contact with each other socially. And the relationship ended up ending. My daughter ended it. They have not shown a single shred of proof, Brittany Venti or Tree of Logic or any of these lunatics, that there was any kind of physical relationship between these two individuals at all. None. And yet they...
Sorry for cursing so much. Yeah, sexual degeneracy. I'm not gonna tell the dirt I know, but every one of these people that are attacking Andrew Wilson and Rachel Wilson for having a past 20 years ago, whatever it is, because I don't even know. I don't look into this stuff. I don't care. You understand? I have no desire to know everyone's mistakes. Who would desire something like that? Who would desire that? I don't want to know all your mistakes. I know we're all fallen. What I want to know is who you are now. What I want to know is what you're working towards now. And the people that are attacking these guys are doing the most disgusting crap I've ever seen. Ancient Waves has said the most disgusting, lewd crap on stream that I've ever seen anyone say. Is this a message, Randolph? Hey, yo, the Westler, is there a message in that? I can't see it on here. Let me see if I see it over here. No. All right. Yeah, I said that in the beginning. When he said, when they first brought up Andrew and immediately were like, so how do you feel about Andrew Wilson? And I was like, I like Andrew Wilson. He's like, what do you think about that thing that happened with that Chuck girl? I said, if I were in that room, I'd be in jail right now. You came after this demonic lesbian came after his kids. He handled himself better than I would have.
Together this
demonic woman said that Rachel would have been better off if she aborted her children. And Andrew kept his cool. And everybody's saying he crashed out. You haven't seen Crash Out. You're gonna see Crash Out.
Insane allegation, right? Which led to people harassing my daughter on her Instagram page. What's interesting about this is that I think the reason that they went with this particular narrative is because neither of these women could ever in a million years envision dating a guy without sleeping with him. I just think that they couldn't envision doing that. She can date whoever she wants. Nobody forced her to date anybody. That's ridiculous. And it's okay for people to meet each other online. That's how most people meet who date in a social setting. But they've shown no proof at all to this allegation that her virginity was offered up online and then she was deflowered by somebody. Prove it, motherfucker. Prove it.
So Slop.
You see, they don't care about lying. That should tell you what this is all about, you know? This isn't somebody being like, oh, come on, yo. Andrew slipped up over here. He needs to do better in this department. No, they're willing to attach to any lie because their goal is not the betterment of our movement. Their goal is the destruction of our movement from within.
Pimped out her virginal daughter to a bunch of creepy men on Twitter. And it resulted in her getting engaged to a Nick Fuentes fan that later on blackmailed her and her family with what is implied to be her.
Yeah, that's a great point. Andrew gave away like 50,000 this week. But there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you could do if the people that are claiming to be on your side, hey, I'm a ortho bro. I just constantly attack orthodoxy and say that the Catholics are my brothers. And every Orthodox creator I publicly attack. I'm Orthodox. No, you're not. You're a Fed. Yeah. Exactly, Murder Media. Redactions don't matter. The lie was told, the damage is done, and some believe it. Can you believe? Yo, that should tell you everything about these people. They don't care. They don't care what's true. They don't care what's true. They're okay with lying. They lie like they breathe.
Nudes and sex life, considering that she was a virgin.
He didn't say anything about porn. They just assumed it. They literally just assumed that for no reason at all. And by the way, what a horrible and sick thing to assume. They just instantly assumed she must have slept with him and he must have revenge porn. No proof.
I'm feeling now like I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at Jimmy and I'm looking at Andrew and I'm just thinking like, yo, I know Jimmy. Jimmy's a good man doing his best. And Jimmy knows Andrew. And Jimmy says Andrew's the best guy, one of the best guys he's ever met. So here's these people doing everything they can to push the culture forward, doing everything they can to push orthodoxy, doing everything they can to fight degeneracy and get men to be men. And they're doing it with like love in their hearts. Even if they do, curse or say some bad words and, maybe go overboard here and there. They're doing it with love in their hearts. And I'm seeing how much people like that get attacked. People who are like that. And it tells you something about the reality that we live in. It's literally like, it's scary. Yo, like I said, I've never been like a huge The Crucible watcher or anything like that because I'm not really into debate. But after last night, I never felt more connected to Andrew. I'm a fan. I'm a fan because of watching these people have conniptions over him. And say anything they can to get me to talk crap about a man I don't even know. I'm like, wow, somebody's over the target. Somebody must be dangerous to the bullshit. Somebody must be dangerous. If this is how hard y'all will fight to get a clip of me talking crap about Andrew Wilson, y'all really working for it. Y'all really trying to get a clip of me talking crap about Andrew Wilson. Y'all doing anything you can to sow the seeds of discordance in this movement.
Anything of the sort. They just made the whole fucking thing up off the top of their head. No evidence whatsoever. Again, none. Haven't shown a single shred because there isn't any. It's all bullshit. What happened when he called me, right, and he was threatening me is that I could tell that he was, because they had been in this relationship, that his heart was hurt because she broke it off with him. I get it. I understand. I wasn't even angry with him. Okay? I did neglect the debate. I didn't do the debate because I don't know what people like this are going to do. I don't know. Next day I was able to talk with him, and we were able to kind of work through it. And I felt bad for the guy. I understood he was heartsick. The Wilson girls, the daughters, they're heartbreakers. What can I say? What can I say? They break hearts. But anyway, like, all joking aside, he didn't ever call me and say that he had revenge pornography. And I never said he did. Show a single clip of me ever saying that there was revenge porn. Or that he threatened me with revenge porn. I never said anything like that. He never called me with threats of revenge pornography. Ever. They just assumed it.
Blackmailed her and her family with what is implied to be her nudes and sex life.
That's ridiculous. But when you are making a narrative up, you definitely need it to sound like it's plausible and good. So what they did was when they have gaps in whatever it is, the story they're trying to tell, it doesn't sound nearly as interesting to say that one of my daughters dated a guy that she met on the internet and it didn't work out and they broke up. It's not a very interesting story.
This is so messy, I don't even think Maury could follow it.
And that's fucking sick to do to a person who didn't do anything to you just because they happen to be related to me. That's it. It's just because my daughter's related to me and whatever it is that I did apparently caused such an affront that they're going to go through and dig up everything about my family, anything they can find to try to hurt them in order to hurt me. Which, by the way, I would never do in a million years back the other direction. I've never gone after people's families.
Because men don't do that. This is what I'm saying. This is why I was calling them out on when they were talking to me like this. I was like, y'all acting like women. This is very feminine behavior.
Dug into their past to try to figure out who their family members were so that I could harass them or send my community to harass them. That shit's always been off the table. Well, there's rules, right? Anyway, the last thing I'll say on my daughter is Brittany Venti showed on her stream when you're 21 or sorry, when you're you date a guy from New York
and you
almost marry him, blah, 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 blah. Just so that everybody understands.
Okay, here.
When I went on her daughter's TikTok and I saw that she had posted about having an eating disorder. It's sad that she had to go through that in such a hard time in her life. And it's a really serious issue because it implies that there's probably something going on in the household. You don't just randomly develop an ED. It's really unfortunate that her daughter is a victim of her mother's own lack of maternal instinct.
The reason that she...
I don't see a difference between the man I just talked to, the man, quote unquote, that I just talked to, and the woman that we're seeing on screen right now. I don't see a difference.
Had an eating disorder is because she went for years with an undiagnosed condition called POTS. And if these people had done any of their due diligence, the same thing they accused Rollo Tomasi of not doing, and had gone through her Instagram like they claim they did.
So
they
she had a
just looking
disease.
for dirt, but they were actually looking at what she had to say with her satirical videos.
Listen to what he says.
you would know that she often makes videos referencing the fact that she had POTS, and then it went undiagnosed for years because every time we would take her to the doctor, and we went often, I mean, all the time to try to get this figured out. Her mom would stay up with her. I mean, just night after night after night in ER after ER after ER when she'd have these attacks, and they couldn't figure it out. They finally figured it out after they got a neurospecialist in after a couple of years. It took years of references to even get this figured out. And anyway, she had POTS. And it was pretty awful for her.
So to me, that was just so crazy that Brittany said this about them. And implied that it was because he was abusive and she didn't protect her. When in fact, she had this disease and went undiagnosed for years, and they were doing everything they could to help her. And I feel like I can't allow myself to have patience for people like this anymore. I'm not going to allow myself to have patience for this anymore, for this sort of behavior. When the person shows me who they are, I'm not going to sit around and make sure, you know? When a person shows me who they are, I'm going to take it, and that's going to be that from now on. Period. It gets worse.
It's pretty awful. But anyway, that was all diagnosed, and luckily she was able to live a normal life after that. Eating disorder gone, all that stuff gone. Eating disorder wasn't because of some kind of mental illness, but because she was suffering from a physical illness. Now, I've never brought any of this up because it's not anybody's business.
Yeah.
What
There's another thing I said. They were like, why doesn't he tell us all about his life? And I'm like, why is it anybody's business? Y'all don't even know my real name. I mean, some of you do. Nobody here owes our entire lives to you. I know I have people that I've known for years that don't know my entire life. The only people who really know my entire life is my wife. That's it. Maybe my brother and sister. I don't owe it to anybody. Andrew doesn't owe it to anybody. Why would anybody think that that's owed to them? That doesn't make sense. Your real name is Scooter McDuck. Bro, don't dox me. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense. But they were like, oh, he has to do that. He has to say every single thing. We need a timeline. Yeah, my name's Jamicular Landwell. Actually, Tony is my real name, for the record. I keep saying this wrong. Tony is my real name. My name is Anthony. Whatever my birth name is doesn't matter to me. I don't go by it. I don't let anybody call me by my birth name because that's not who I am. I'm Anthony. That's who I'll be till I die. That's the name I was given by the church. That's who I am. I gotta stop saying real name. My real name is Anthony.
Medical conditions have to do with anything. They don't have anything to do with anything. They're just brought up as an attack to try to spin this kind of narrative to try to defame her and hurt her in order to hurt me and my wife. That's it. And that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
now, did Venti tell you any of this? No. Well, how would she know? Well, she would have to do her due diligence, wouldn't she? She would have had to, I don't know, actually watched some of those videos, actually taken a look, but she didn't do any of that.
How I even found out this information was because of a Twitter user named Froggy.
People DM me, Andrew, look at what she's saying. I'm like, yeah, so what? It's all lies. Who gives a shit? That's why I don't care. Never cared. It's all bullshit.
This is like the online equivalent of lawfare. You know, How, like, when someone's trying to make a difference in the government and then a bunch of APAC employees create a bunch of false lawsuits and get him caught up in red tape so he can never make something happen. This is the online equivalent of that. Somebody starts moving the culture. Somebody starts making a change, changing people's minds, bringing people to orthodoxy, helping people to know how to mentally battle the tactics of these snakes, you know? Bog them down. Bog them down with endless gossip that for some reason he has to respond to. You know what I mean? That's what, when I was talking to Ancient Waves and EBT, that's what Ancient Waves was doing the whole time he was talking to me, was he was constantly creating gossip in thin air about me. Creating, what's the word? What's the word? Like, sensationalist ideas that now I have to and expecting me to respond and defend myself to this BS that he just says. That he just makes up on the fly. The entire conversation was like that. He just makes up some sensationalist garbage and he's like, and for some reason it's my job to defend myself against the bullshit you just came up with. But that's what they want. It's a way of bogging you down. It's like lawfare for like people in the public eye. Make it so he can't get to what he's doing. Get in the way of what he's doing. By making him constantly have to answer to these bullshit attacks that we made up. And that we spread. Hey, Andrew, everyone believes this about you now. Now you have to deal with that. Yeah, we just made it up, but who cares? Now it's your problem. Now the thing you were going to do, now you got to do this first. Now you got to set the record straight because we've been lying about you. Hey, we've been lying. We've been lying. We're Jewish trained liars. And we've been lying about you. And now instead of what you were going to do, you have to respond to these things we made up about you.
Daughter can come out.
Exactly, Neo Business. Distraction from pushing the culture forward.
Do whatever she wants. She's not under my yoke. She doesn't live here in my house. She's been a self-sufficient adult for a couple of years. Does her own thing. Has nothing, you know what I mean? Talk to her every day because I love her. We have a great relationship. My wife has a great relationship with her. She can say whatever the hell she wanted. The reason she doesn't is because there's nothing to say. She dated a guy for a little while. It didn't work out. No revenge pornography of any kind. It's made up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think there was a physical relationship of any kind. But if there was, the burden's on you.
It's liable. It's liable. It's. There's words for this. There's words for this I can't think of because I only got 2 hours of sleep. Forgive me.
Proof of that, not on me.
Let me get to this last part.
You show the evidence. You show. You think that shit's real because you want to believe it's real, and there's nothing I can do about that.
Let me get to this last part.
Can't do anything about you wanting to believe it's real. Now, moving over to my son. Right? This is not the first time that people have used the death of my son to go after me with it in order to hurt me. Right? Say horrible things, things like this. I have a thick skin. But in this case,
it's a smear campaign. It's the devil's tactics. It's the devil's tactics. It's Jewish tactics. It's devil's tactics. That's what it is.
Venti brought him up to show that Rachel was somehow negligent.
The story gets more interesting when she marries her first husband, baby daddy number 2, who she has a child with that ends up passing away in a very tragic accident that in turn makes Sloppy look like an extremely irresponsible parent.
Here's what actually happened. And because this case was so fully public, you can look into all of these details yourself. What actually happened was as follows. My son went over to a neighbor's house. We lived out in the countryside. He lived down a dirt road. My son went over there to watch a movie. While they were there, one of the boys he was watching the movie with, who was a few years older than him, I think he was 13 or 14 at the time, okay, stole his parents' keys to a Bronco, put my son in the Bronco with him, okay, drove down the street, wrapped the Bronco up against a tree, and crushed my son to death. He was 10. The police showed up that night after we had called them because we could not find him. He did not come home, and nobody at the house knew where he was at. So we called the police. The police found the wreck, and they came, and they let us know that he had died on the scene. I will never forget, ever, the horrific shriek that my wife let out. I've never heard anything like it before that, and I hope I never hear anything like it again as long as I live. Anyway, from there, what happened was, this kid had gone through the windshield and broken his leg. And they treated him medically. And then they arrested him. They arrested him, obviously. And they were going to throw the book at him. And his parents were set up on civil charges. They were going to throw the book at them, too. During his sentencing, this other boy's sentencing, we were inside the courtroom. And everybody came up and made statements, including his grandfather, my son's grandfather, and this my wife's father and grandmother and several other people. And all of them kind of got a piece of this kid. And everybody in that room was fucking enraged. Until my wife spoke. And what she did was she went and spoke to the judge and spoke to the prosecutor. There was no jury there. He was guilty, right? And she made a plea for mercy. What she said was, please, don't turn one tragedy into two. Please don't destroy this kid's life as well. He made a horrible mistake, and we can all acknowledge he made a horrible mistake. But please don't destroy his life too. And she went on from there. And that whole room, the whole room was in tears, including the prosecutor and the judge. They were all crying. Because it was just a god-awful situation. And the judge showed him leniency. And the judge said he showed him leniency because of the things my wife had said. When it came time for mercy, what Brittany Venti considers to be the fakest Christian on the internet, when she had the power to hold a person's life in her hand that had done an unimaginable wrong to her, whether he meant to or not, she chose mercy. This is exactly in the character that I'm used to from my wife, who I love and adore. And I'll never say anything other than that because it's true. I love her and I adore her to pieces. And I always will. Because that's the way that she is. Her convictions mean something to her. After this happens, the civil case comes up. And the day of the civil trial, the other family declared bankruptcy so that they didn't have to go to civil court. So we withdrew the civil suit to bring it up again after the bankruptcy was settled. And after the bankruptcy was finally settled, and it was time for me to bring the civil case back, I told my lawyer not to. And my wife told my lawyer not to as well. Because what would have been the point? At that point, there was nothing just about the situation. There was no justice in the situation. If I had taken everything these people had in restitution, it wouldn't have meant anything. It would have just been petty revenge. And so I didn't do it. Again, when the time comes to show mercy, I showed it. I didn't have to, but I did anyway. And she did anyway. This is all, the entire case, is public knowledge. It was a very public case because it happened in such a small town. Very public. You can find all the information you want about it, including the court case number, to confirm that everything that I'm saying is true. I don't know how you would do it, but you could talk to the players of the case even now. So the last time this kid ever contacted us with a letter saying thank you for having mercy when he didn't have to have mercy. That's what he said. Where's my accusers? Nowhere. Just some fucking idiot on the internet who wants to hurt parents through horrific means of attacking their children.
I feel like very differently about many people right now. You know, I feel very differently about a lot of things right now. I feel a lot of love and respect for the Wilsons, and I feel disdain towards these people who call everyone else a fake Orthodox while spewing vitriol. I want nothing to do with them. Those are not serious people. If they are serious, the only thing they're serious about is destroying what we're doing here. Otherwise, they're just unserious people who don't realize the gravity of the situation they're in. And that's not an ally, that's not a friend, and that's not someone I want to associate with in any way. So I wanted to play you all this. You know I'm not a gossip streamer. That's not what I do. But I wanted to show you all this. I wanted to show you what happened with me last night. I wanted to show you the video I saw the next day. I want to tell you about the Jewish billionaire that funds Kino Casino and the million of other counter industries like it that spend their lives trying to take the legs off of anybody who's moving the culture forward. Because they're not doing it perfectly enough. None of us are going to do it perfectly enough. There's no perfection down here. But this is strengthened my resolve, this whole situation, which they think was nothing. Or maybe they know what they did. I don't know. But it's strengthened my resolve. It's made me realize just how serious this all is. It's not the only thing that's made me realize how serious this all is. but it's helped me to understand that the battle lines are all around us, I guess, that there's enemies in unexpected places. And the reason they're doing that is because people like Andrew, people like Jim Bob, people like that are doing something. They're actually affecting things. That's why they're being attacked. I have to get my dog. They both got spayed and neutered today. Yeah, it's not a movie. I was talking to Jimmy last night, and he was like, these are human beings, man. Some of these people talk about us like we're not real. And I'm small potatoes. I know that. I don't mean to like include myself in this, like, without, you know, obviously I don't even have 1,500 subscribers, but I do get the same treatment, which tells you how dangerous what we're doing is. You know what I mean? If even small potatoes is getting, you know, entire channels of people who all hate me and trying to talk crap about me and lying about me, if I'm getting that, dang, we must be doing something real dangerous over here. You know what I mean? But these are people. I'm a person. Jim Bob's a person. Andrew's a person. And they are alive. And they have souls. You know? So this whole situation has just strengthened my resolve. I know I'm a wackadoo. I know I'm the wacky psychopath in the corner of the orthosphere. But I'm serious about mine. And I think you guys can see that. So yeah, don't expect me to do this sort of stream again. But this has been a long time coming because I've been watching this sort of behavior for a long time and just trying to be diplomatic about it. But that's over. And I'm going to have a much shorter fuse with people who do this in the future. I'm not going to really mince words nearly as much as I did in the past. Anyway, back to my chaotic life. This was a nice respite from the chaos of my life. I'll see you guys soon. If you're not Orthodox, become Orthodox.
mosquitoes, no predators, no need. I can see you staring beyond my dreams. I can hear you singing a song of peace as a wave of love washes over me. See the light like diamonds shine through the trees. Every breeze whispers of eternity. I am finally where I'm supposed to be.
Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. They won't. They won't.